how to become an Epic analyst. Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome to our very first video podcast or whatever we're going to call it. We're sitting down today with 10 to talk about Epic. For those of you that don't know, Epic is one of the most popular and widely used electronic medical record systems in the United States. In fact, they're more than just an EMR. Epic provides software solutions across various healthcare departments, providing a long list of effective services. Epic is very popular amongst its user base, and personally, I'm a fan. It's not easy getting a job here. Epic will require hospitals to sponsor an employee for training and certification. An employee would have to convince their employer to pay for this training. It's not cheap, and it's not easy to get this job. So today we'll speak with 10, a certified Epic consultant, and find out just how he landed his first role as an Epic analyst. To put a spin on things, 10 had no prior software experience. In fact, 10 worked in a lab with blood samples, test tubes, wearing lab coats, and probably goggles. So that's why I'm super excited to speak with 10 and see how he landed his first software support role at one of the best healthcare software companies out there. Okay, last thing before we start, just wanted to let you know this is just part one of a multi-part series of conversations we're going to have. This is our very first video in this format, so please be sure to like and subscribe. This will tell us whether or not we need to add additional content to this series. And if you want to hear more from 10 specifically, please provide your questions so that we can ask him the next time he comes on for part two. Thank you, guys. All right, so without further delay, let's jump right in. Hey guys, welcome to my new show called Candid Conversations. Today we'll be talking to 10. 10 is currently an Epic consultant at a big hospital in the United States. And so let's just jump right in, 10. Can you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Oh yeah, sure. So I'm an Epic consultant at one of the hospitals in the Northeast. I'm primarily focused on ambulatory and inpatient orders. I also work a lot with the labs and the lab systems from the Epic side. So I'm certified in ambulatory, order transmittal, hopefully inpatient soon, and the lab system for Epic currently.
Wow, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot, 10. So tell us, how'd you get there? Where'd you start?
Well, I started my journey pretty much in the labs. So I went to school in Stony Brook University for the clinical lab science program. So I have a BS in clinical lab science, and I'm certified in medical laboratory scientist by the American Society of Clinical Pathology, so the ASCP. And I think I'm still certified. I'm not too sure, but I'm not part of the lab system anymore. I don't do clinical stuff anymore, but yeah, so that's where I started.
Wow, that's awesome. So you're telling me you didn't go to school for an IT job, because right now it sounds like what you're doing is mostly on the IT side. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty much doing IT stuff. So pretty much the corporate side of the healthcare system, and not the clinical side. But you're correct. I did not go to school for an IT job, or an IT program. Strictly clinical. And I made the transition over to IT. I guess my background as a computer technician helped a little bit, but it was mostly referrals and help from friends that are already in the Epic the Epic world. They're already working Epic, and they help refer me, fix my resume, help me prep for the interview and everything. And after a couple of months, like, I was able to finally land a IT job with no IT experience.
Wow. So to me, that's the big question, right? Let's dive into that a little further. You talked about not really having formal training, but you said you were a computer technician. Can you explain that more?
Yeah, so in Stony Brook, I was a computer technician for, pretty much all the computers that are in the university that the students use. And it was mostly just hardware stuff, fixing printers, fixing computers when it came to things are broken, like video cards are broken or any of the computers that needs to be replaced. It wasn't really into software, but I guess some of that skills did translate over in terms of, I would say, soft skills, like getting used to how a ticketing system is used, where a client places a ticket, and just going through the similar workflow of what I do currently as an IT, healthcare IT.
Interesting. So, in order to get that job in college, did you need to get I guess a certification or anything like that?
Oh no, it was mostly through referrals. So well, I had a lot of friends that helped me out throughout my career. So every step of the way, I don't credit myself for doing what I am now, because I've always have help, with every job. So I was really close with someone that was already working in in that field, pretty much that job, and I just got referred in after trying to like speak with a lot of people and networking.
Gotcha. So you're saying, these skills you developed to work that job were just self-learned. You just kind of taught yourself, and you were tech savvy, and that's how you started working at Stony Brook as a computer tech.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I feel like anyone could do it, because now we live in a world where people know what a video card is or a motherboard is, like anything like a CPU or anything like that. So anyone could be able to do that job.
Excellent. I thank you for stressing that point because I feel the same. I feel like most people our age or our generation know what a video card is, what a hard drive is,
Right,
even what RAM is, right? It's just
right,
memory
right.
on a computer. So it's especially easy for our generation to take to take on training to become a clinical specialist or uh, certified lab technician, a radiologic technologist, an MRI tech, and then take their clinical knowledge, add the IT portion, and then get a job
Yep,
um, in one of these fields.
yep, 100%. I do believe that that's the advantage that our generation or the generation younger than us have, is that we don't have to go to school to learn about computers. Like, we were already immersed in it. So the IT part is pretty much done. We just have to get, other factors, like, specific factors, whether it be a specific software that we need to learn, or, something clinical that we need to learn.
Gotcha. And sorry about that. That's my dog. He's angry that I'm not playing with him.
No worries, no worries.
So, okay, so that's pretty awesome. So that makes sense. You have those skills, but how did it feel making that transition? Were you able to apply and get the jobs easily, or was that hard to come by?
Um, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard to get by. I had applied to a bunch of, hospitals to get my foot into the door for Epic. And now that, I believe, like, it's kind of saturated when it comes to Epic certification now. And most hospitals would prefer that you would be Epic certified if they were going to offer you a job. And there are some hospitals that, if you work within the hospital and transition into the IT department, that they would offer to send you to Wisconsin for an Epic certification. You know, but it wasn't easy. It took a lot of applying, a lot of like speaking with different individuals. I had to tap into my network a lot, and 100%, tap into your network, or find someone that knows something about the field, and that could actually like potentially like see a potential in you to offer you a referral, and help you fix your resume. You know, just just prepping for everything, and it took it took a while. I would say like a couple of months. It doesn't sound as much, but it took me like I think about a year to actually get a job in Epic.
Wow, a year. So that means it's a full year of rejections as well.
Yeah,
How,
100%.
how did you overcome that
But
feeling? I know it can be overwhelming. Even your first rejection is kind of like, damn, do I even qualify for this? Like, it makes you question yourself. Did you feel that way
yeah,
at all?
oh, 100%. Yeah. I just kept applying. Um, I just kept applying, and I spoke with individuals that are already in the field, and like just try to fix my resume every chance I got to get my foot in the door. Getting geared, get my resume geared towards doing Epic IT. How can I stand out from other people that may or may not be certified or have better experience than me? Speak about my clinical knowledge, speak about some of the stuff that I did previously in IT hardware, and see how that could translate over. Um, it was just like a lot of like applying and then fixing resume, applying, fixing resume, applying, fixing resume, and then getting speaking with people and trying to see if they got referrals, if they could refer me in. It was stressful, but well worth it now. Now that you look back at it.
Yeah, you know what I love about what you said? You kind of gave yourself a super honest evaluation. You looked at yourself and you said, "Hey, I might not be the best person. I might not be the best computer IT candidate. I mean, there are others out there that are better than me." But what you did is you said kind of like, "Hey, I have a little bit of IT experience, but what I can bring to the table is the clinical knowledge, the lab science knowledge, the experience within the field." And that's what it sounds like to me. So I love how you did that.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. You have to play to your strengths. You can't just try to be like everyone else. You just have to play to your strengths and pretty much like hope for the best. Because in the end of the day, like that's what makes you. So
Wow, that's awesome. And what made you decide to do that switch from clinical to IT?
so working in clinical was so I worked in the lab and it just wasn't doing it for me. In terms of like I was questioning whether I wanted to do this for the rest of my life, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. It just wasn't, I would say, satisfactory. Like I just felt like I was just clocking in and clocking out. Um, I didn't feel satisfied with my life, my work-life balance. And I took a hard look at what I really like, what I have, what skills do I have, and what jobs can I potentially get with these skills. And when it came to like money, when it came to satisfaction, when it came to like a better time schedule, because when you work clinicals you get crazy hours. um
Right,
it's
definitely.
just, yeah, just Epic, working in Epic just made sense. Working as an Epic IT analyst just made sense, or any type of analyst. Actually, I also applied for a lot of lab IT analyst positions that I didn't get.
Right, and then you landed one of the best ones out there.
Yeah, like luckily, I just had a really good referral pick me up, and I really took that to heart. I had to prove myself that I belong in the field. So I just ran with it, and it's been working well so far.
Great, and again, I really love that you're stressing a lot of the most important points. Right, it's not an easy transition. It took a year. It took a lot of tries, and you know, at the end, it did pay off. So thank you again for saying that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You just got to keep trying. There's a lot of people out there that will just get one or two rejections and just be like, oh, they just don't want me. Like, that's not true. You just got to keep trying. Hospitals, they have their own budgets, they have their own own politics when it comes to like hiring and everything. So you just it's just mostly like, I hate to use the word luck, but it also comes down to luck and like the right place at the right time kind of situation. So that's what you got to keep. keep trying, so then you have more chances of being in the right place in the right time.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And then, the other thing is your resume, like if you don't have the experience, your resume may not even get past HR. That hiring manager may not even get the chance to look at your resume. It might just get filtered out because certain keywords are missing. So, it's you just need that one resume that gets through to the hiring manager. He decides to just talk to you and give you a chance. I'm sure that if you know what you're doing, you could prove your point and land that first job.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And what I would suggest would be, just try to see who your friends are, and try to see, who's in the field, and just try to talk to them and try to see, what information that you could gather from them, and see if they could like potentially give you a referral or anything like that. Because that's the strongest way of getting your resume out there is, networking.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. All right, 10. I'm gonna cut it off here for now. This is our first podcast, so we just want to keep it short and sweet. Make sure we're talking about the most important topics. There's still a lot I want to talk to you about. So if you could come back and join us, just talk about how you went from analyst to consultant, because that's another big jump, another risk that you took, and we'd love to hear about that. And how you spend your time, because I know you're not, you don't stay idle. You're always learning, and we can go over your side gigs and everything like that. So, 10, again, thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, I just have one last question for you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
If you were a cartoon character, what would you look like?
Me? Oh, Kung Fu Panda, probably. I
Oh
haven't been
man.
taking care of my health, so Kung Fu Panda is definitely there.
But then you got the spirit of that Kung Fu Panda, right?
Yeah, yeah. What's his name? Poe? Yeah, it will be Poe.
All right, 10. Thanks again. Uh, that's it. That's it, guys. Gonna end it here.
Thank you for having me.
And there we have it, guys. That was episode 1 of Candid Conversations: How to Become an Epic Analyst with 10. Stay tuned for the next episode. And if you have any questions for 10 for when he returns, please post them in the comments below. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so when we post new videos, you'll get alerted right away.